Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about is what I'm currently reading, what I finished, and what I want to read for the rest of this year, maybe up to next year, because I know some books are very long. So what I am currently reading is A Crate Among Wolves. I actually finished The Red Palace by Junher. I love that so much. I could not stop reading. I had to continue reading. So I finished all three of these. This is my fourth book of Junher's. I really love Junher. I'm already on, I'm on page 62, but I'm on chapter 7. It's with Cecil. I won't spoil anymore. I will not. But for this story, it's about two sisters that are trying to survive. One gets taken from her younger sister by this evil king that tends to take women from the village and put them in his palace in the main city. So the little sister, which is Isol, is determined to find her sister and to bring her back, because why would you take someone's sister? But back in those days, it was, very hard with the king to say, I need to take the women from the village, or even children, and use them as my servants, concubines, nurses, whatever. So yeah, but what I currently finished was The Red Palace. Like I said, that one was really good. I love that story, and that story is inspired of Crown Prince Sado back in historical old Korean. So that's what that story is about, kind of, but with an interesting twist, who actually is the murderer of the ladies that died in the hidden cell. So yeah, that one's whew. And in the other book, I stopped where I'm at with BTS Beyond the Story. I'm on page 145. Wait, am I on 145? I thought it was 177. But I'm technically on chapter 3 of this book. It's pretty long, yes. The chapters are long, but it's filled with lots of humorous moments with BTS, since I'm a BTS fan. So yeah. So another thing I'm also reading, but it's digitally, is I Want to Die, But I Want to Eat Tteokbokki by Big Sihi. I'm reading that digitally with my library. It's a self-care thing type of book. So let's go on to the books that I actually want to read, but I haven't picked up reading at all. These books I do not own yet, or some of them are digital books. So I'm gonna start with my e-read books, digitally. I'm gonna start with Webtoon, because Webtoon do have some very good books. But what makes me sad with Webtoon is that you have to have a pass to read the other chapters. So I'm okay, this is crazy. The first one is Everything Is Fine by Mike Birchall, I'm gonna say Birchall. And the next one is True Beauty series. Now Everything Is Fine, I'll go to. Everything Is Fine is everyone has to have these cat heads, but not everything is fine. I can tell there's some murder or something going on just by looking at the cover of the book. This doesn't look like it's fine, but even though the title says Everything Is Fine. True Beauty, everyone know what True Beauty is about. I just wanted to read the series and what's going on with the main character, because she's trying to become more attractive and learn how to do makeup, stuff like that. Then My Gently Raised Beast, I don't really know what that's about, but I just saw the cover at Target the other day. I was oh, it's so cute, I want to read it actually. Boyfriends by Rainbow, Freaking Romance by Snarrower, Who Made a Princess by Spoon, Hooky by Miriam Bonastre, and then The Horizon by J.H. Those are the ones I'm going to read from Webtoon. So now let's go into novels. Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. So this is about two sisters. One of the sisters is married to a man that the family doesn't really know nothing about. She moves away and is on this, island to herself with her husband. Okay. The other sister lives with her pa, and the father gets a letter about his daughter, the one that lives far away, that she's insane, something's wrong with her. So he supposedly is he's going to send out his younger daughter to go check on the other daughter that's insane. Kind of like that type of story. But there's something like really wrong with the house or something. It's like spooky, and I want to read it. The other one is The Benevolent Society of Ill-Mannered Ladies. Of course, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin and Cassandra Clare's Swordcatcher. Those are the novels. And these novels, Cassandra Clare's books are huge, so I'm like, it's gonna take me a while to read. Next is manga. My other manga is Komi Can't Communicate, book 2 through 10, because I already finished book 1. I want to go into 2 and 10. Spy X Family, My Hero Academia, and Jujutsu Kaisen. Those are the others I want to read. I definitely want to read those. Okay, now the book section is where I read physical books. Some of them are going to have some manga, and because some of the manga that I'm trying to read, some of them are just not digital at all, or I can't find them as digital, so bear with me. Heart of the Sun Warrior by Su Lin Tan. I already read Daughter of the Moon Goddess, and I like the concept and the plot of the story of Daughter of the Moon Goddess, so I want to move on to Heart of the Sun Warrior and Tales of the Celestial Kingdom. Tales of the Celestial Kingdom, I've heard, is like stories inside of the story, like different stories of like mythology and stuff like that, which I really like. So yeah, the next book or manga I'll say is Oshinoko 2 through 6. I already read book 1 from, it was like Easter time, springtime, and like I want to go on and read Oshinoko because I thought that the story was really interesting of how the star, the idol, Ai Hoshino, I believe I still remember her name. Ai Hoshino, she's an idol for a band, and I'll give you the scoop. She's pregnant, and she has to deliver these children. They're twins. But what's sad is, I hate to spoil this, but the doctor dies. He's a really sweet doctor, and this guy comes up to him and is like stabs him in the stomach. I'm like, what the heck? He's trying to do his duty as a doctor to take care of this lady, but he dies. Thank God the children are delivered safely, and like the idol, which is she's okay, but the doctor dies. No one knows who killed them. A couple of years later, the doctor is reincarnated as the boy Aqua. It's crazy. So he's reincarnated, and then his friend, the sister, is a reincarnation of a patient that was she was not mentally ill, but she was sick of an illness she had. So their brother and sister, and their mom is this idol who's really sweet and all, but one day, it's so sad, I hate to spoil it, but Hoshino, which is made a really terrible mistake to contact her boyfriend, who is the father of these 2 twins, and tell him, oh, come over, come see me, I want you to see, the kids, and spend time with us. He comes by, and this guy has a real weird issue of saying she's like a liar. She lies to people because she's an idol, and she lies to her fans of how she feels about them and stuff like that. And he decides to stab her because he feels like she's lied about her love to him. It's crazy, and the twins witness the murder of their mother. So now they grow up. This is where they're at. They grow up, and they're like raised by the manager's wife and the manager himself. So that's where it's at. Like chapter 1 is right there. The son, which is Aqua, has a very interesting talent with acting, like being really spooky and stuff. So I do have to mention about that part, that he does become like a child actor with his mom before she passed away. So yeah, that it's sad, but it has a very interesting plot about it. So yeah. The next book I want to read is The Remarried Empress by Alpha Tart. Now this story is on Webtoon, but I actually want to own it physically because I love the art of this book. Yes, it's pretty. I love it. The next one is Tom Link by Anne Patchett. I read The Dutch House by Anne Patchett, and I love like the scenery, how she describes the plays, the emotions of the characters, what they go through in life. So I read The Dutch House. Now I want to read Tom Link. Crazy. Animal Crossing by Coco Nasurumba. I'm a big Animal Crossing fan, so I wanted to read Animal Crossing manga, of course. I couldn't get this like digitally, so I'm gonna have to read this physically. Next one is Saha. It's a murder mystery, and I want to really read it so bad. Beyond the Clouds. This is another type of, I think it's a manga. I'm not sure, but the cover is like Studio Ghibli style. It's like really pretty. I want to read it. I watched a summary of someone talking about this book, and now I don't remember what it's about, but bear with me. Witches by Daisuke Igarashi. I saw the cover of this book at Books A Million, and I was like, oh, witches. I like that type of stuff. So I was like, okay, I want to read it. I want to know what it's about, if it's good. 5 centimeters per second by Makoto Shinkai. Definitely want to read that. I read something of his like 2 years ago. I can't remember. It's something with a kaiju monster or something. Next one was Kimi no Todoke, Sawako. That's what I put her under, Sawako. This show has been, and the book has been like popular recently, so like people are like rewatching the show or rereading the manga series of Kimi no Todoke. I'm currently watching Nana, so I know Nana's like popular too as well. Violets by Kyung Suk Shin. I read like 2 books of Kyung Suk Shin. One was kind of a little bit of a drag, but it's like an autobiography of Kyung Suk Shin, what she went through, being a young teenager to adult, and like going back and forth from the past and present about her being a writer, which she had to work with factories, stuff like that, and with her cousin. Then there's River Enchanted. I want to read that, definitely. The Manga Theater, which is Akira's like last book, I think, of his. I wanted to read because it has like all the characters that he made, so I don't know what that's about. Steel of Celestial, and the other one is Gold Kingdom and Water Kingdom by Nao Iwamoto. Those are 2 manga books. One's I think it's a story, one's a series. I think Steel Celestial is a series. But I'm gonna start one and see how that goes. Those are like physical because I can't find them nowhere as an ebook. Like, help me. Wicked Fox and Vicious Lies by Kat Cho. I've saw many book talkers like recommending Kat Cho's books, so I wanted to see. Another book that's another long book, it's very huge, thick book, is The Bow Season by Samantha Shannon. Wow. Crazy. In Other Lands, I saw the cover of this book. I was like, oh, it's pretty. It has like a mermaid or something on there, or a siren. I can't tell which is which. Dalagut Dreams Department Store. I heard this story is like people come to this store. It's like a dream store, you know. Something you go to in your dreams. That's all I know. The Husky and His White Cat Season by Ro Babu Chirao. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure that. I probably. Sorry, but I wanted to read this. I'm not a BL fan or a GL fan. But I do love its action and fighting, and this is like kind of like, I don't know, like action with it with romance. I'm not sure of the rating of it. I just wanted to read it, see what it's about. Why the other one's Why Ray Liana Ended Up at the Duke's Mansion by Milcha. They said this one was a webtoon. I could not find this story, so I'm like, I'm gonna have to read this physically, obviously. And then the other book series is by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. It's the Before the Coffee Gets Cold, Before Your Memories Faded, and Tales from the Clock. I wanted to read those because that was like popular like last year, I think, of his stories. They're short, they're not long like Samantha Shannon's and Cassandra Clare's. They're short, and I think there's a 4-book series, not to be mistaken, but those are the books that I actually want to read. I would show a picture of all these books. Maybe I'll add the pictures of each book that I mentioned because there are a lot. I don't own them, but I am determined to finish this book and then read BTS because I feel like I want to read more of my historical fiction with mystery, thriller, and murder going on. This story also does have like romance in it. I haven't got to really the romance part because we're in the beginning of the story, so it's more of like she meets the prince and then she runs away, she gets back to the end, all that stuff. So that's where she's, and I'm right at where she's actually in the city, ready to jump over the wall to see her sister in this court, what do you call this, court area where the ladies are from the villages, and young girls too. So that's where I am. I'm really excited. I think after when I finish those 2 books, I might go into my e-read. I definitely finish out Big Zigi's book. Hers is short. It's like 245 pages, I think, or 275 pages. It's real short. It's basically a story of her and her psychotherapist, like, talking back and forth with her depression, and like what should she do to better her life, and like it's a reflection of it. Like, those are like 3 books I'm technically reading. Crazy, I know. I actually want to try to read webtoon and see the hype of it. The hype. I'm just saying, a lot of people read webtoons, so that too. The apps I do read digital books is Libby and Webtoon. I used to have a membership with the Viz manga that has Komi Can't Communicate, Spy X Family, My Hero Academia, I think Jujutsu Kaisen. There's other like mangas in there, but it's like $1.99 to subscribe. It's not that high, so that's okay. I don't know about Webtoon, so yeah. But I hope you really enjoyed this video, and hope you like and subscribe as well. Have a nice day or night. Bye.